up, beautiful people? Welcome to the new moon workshop. This is a new moon in Gemini. I'm a Gemini, so happy birthday to me. My birthday is actually on the 6th of June, so it's getting close. But happy birthday to all of the Geminis out there. This workshop is for everyone, not only the Geminis, but I do want to emphasize that if you have any mutable energies in your birth chart, so for example, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, those four, and it could be your sun, moon, or rising, this energy is going to be amplified for you. Um, I'm here at Wheelhouse. This is my space here in Portugal, and this is where I host my retreats. I've also had a lot of people asking about that, so I'm going to post the link below. We will be having, I believe, three more retreats this year, but they are limited to, I think we take like 18 or 20 people in each group. So it's really limited for the amount of people that are interested. So you can find that information below. Whatever, that's there. Just been getting a lot of questions about that again, so I just wanted to acknowledge that. So this new moon in Gemini, I like this energy because Gemini is about joy. It's about play. It's about experiencing new perspectives and seeing things through a new lens. This is an opportunity for all of us to get more curious and to dive into creativity, reinvention, shifting, pivoting our mindset, our perspective. I really like this energy, but there's another major influence happening right now at the same time. So this new moon, I believe, is on the 26th or around that day, depending on your time zone. Um, and this weekend, um, sorry, so just to back up, I think this new moon on the 26th, I think that's like a Sunday night or a Monday. And through this weekend on, I think, Saturday, Saturn, the planet of karma, of challenge, of limitations, of boundaries, resources, time, Saturn will enter Aries. Now, there's a little bit of tension with this energy, of course, because Saturn and Aries don't really get along. Because Aries is like the rule breaker and Saturn is like the rule maker. So they're a little bit at odds. But I really like this energy because Saturn will help you create boundaries and structures so you can let your Aries energy run wild and have fun and create. But with respect to what actually needs to happen and what actually needs to be built. So, what's really interesting about this new moon, um, there's one other thing. One second, let me just check here. I believe there's like an opposition that, so we've got this new moon in Gemini. Yeah, it's like more or less conjunct Uranus. Okay, so there's another energy here that is very strong. And the reason I want to talk about a few other planets is because this new moon, this initiates a 6 month cycle. And with the two other planets that I want to talk about, their influence on your next 6 month cycle is very strong. So when we think about Saturn, we're talking about building something that lasts. It's like long lasting. Okay. This is like big investments, or it could be small investments over time that add up to a big change or a big benefit. So, for example, if you are taking 5 minutes to yourself every morning, like that doesn't seem like a huge investment. It's a little bit every day, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. But if you do that for 6 months, 1 year, you will see a huge shift in your life because that 5 minutes every day, it adds up. And that is the kind of energy that Saturn likes to work with. It's discipline, it is focus, it is intentionality. So, this new moon in Gemini is inviting in a lot of intentionality, structure, boundaries. And with that Uranus, with that Uranus influence, Uranus is about, it's helping us break free. It's helping us reinvent ourselves. It's helping us shift things. So, what are we shifting? It's going to be different for all of us, of course, but we want to work with these changes through the lens of Gemini. So, Gemini helps us pivot. Gemini is literally the twins. The twins, there's two perspectives, there's two sides of the spectrum. Um, it invites curiosity, it invites change, it invites a pivot. It allows us to shift the way we see the world. So, what is coming up for you over the next 6 months is an opportunity to pivot. When you see something happen, how do you respond? You get to choose how you respond. Now, when we think about working with Gemini energy, it's an opportunity to recognize how we have always responded and maybe saying, I don't want to continue to act like that. So that twin, one of those twins who has always done that, I'm going to ask you to stop. I'm going to let the other twin, the other twin take over and decide to react in a different way. So, for example, maybe you're driving and you get cut off, and normally you would freak out, but that is how the other twin has always done it. The other twin always freaks out, or the other twin always lets people take control. The other twin always shuts down their voice, doesn't speak up, doesn't protect themselves, doesn't stand in their power and take action. Like maybe one of those twins hasn't been great or made some decisions that we don't like or whatever. Well, now we have an opportunity to be like, I don't want to let that twin continue to run the show. I want to turn it over to the other twin and make a different decision. I want to speak up. I want to hold my boundary. I want to invest my time, energy, money into something different. I want to respond in a different way. I want to maybe not say something, maybe just keep closed, change my direction, and move forward. Like we get to work with the pivot. We get to work with another option. We get to work with an alternative perspective. Now, I talk about this a lot in the Gemini season workshop. So, especially if you have Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, or Gemini in your chart, you should definitely watch the Gemini season workshop. I'm going to tag it below. It's also pay what you can, so you can pay whatever you want, similar to this workshop. Um, but what's important is that one of the twins is recognizing. So I pulled three cards. Two of these cards are connected to one twin. The other card is connected to another twin. Okay. So actually, there's two here. So there's four total now. Um, I'm just going to show you what I'm looking at. So one of the twins, 10 of Wands, and the Six of Wands reverse. How heavy are the things that we're carrying? So, how much guilt, shame, weight, responsibility, um, how much of other people's emotions, energies, belief systems, struggles, their limits, their expectations, their judgments, whatever, how much extra shit are you carrying that's not yours? And the more you continue to carry that, the more you will find disappointment, frustration, failure, etc. So it's like that 10 of Wands weight is not leading you to anything exciting. So all of that weight is not leading you to anything exciting. And maybe in the past, you felt responsible and you had to do something about it, whatever. But there's definitely things now, and you'll notice over the next 6 months where you're like, I'm not carrying that for you. I'm not carrying your expectations of me. I'm not carrying your bullshit. Maybe you don't want to do the healing and I have to sit here and like cater to you and figure out how to adjust myself all the time. I'm not doing that anymore because it's not benefiting me. It's not equal exchange. It's not success. And I don't want to live like that and gaslight myself into thinking, okay, this is a successful connection, successful relationship, successful business, or whatever it is, when really I'm not happy. So if you are finding over the next 6 month cycle there, accept that and shift. Now the other twin is very much alive and excited. Okay, we have a Two of Wands and a Queen of Wands. This literally is about dreaming. This is about expansion. This is about healthy partnerships. This is about independence. Okay. This is about independence, healthy partnerships, expansion, new ideas, new perspectives, new opportunities for advancement and expansion. Like, I like this energy a lot. Okay. So you get to choose over the next 6 months. Like, are you carrying people's bullshit that is leading to disappointment? Are you taking on more than your fair share? Or are you dreaming more, looking at partnership, creating more independence, creating more opportunity for yourself and expanding? Like, which is it? Okay. So, this Gemini new moon is really an opportunity for you to begin to allow yourself to pivot or to see through a new lens. It's not going to happen automatically. It's not going to happen overnight, but we are now initiating a new 6 month cycle. And in 6 months from now, it'll be December. It'll be Sagittarius season, and we will have a full moon in Gemini, and you will see the results of everything that you are now beginning to shift, beginning to pivot away from. So, this new moon in Gemini is a very helpful energy for restructuring and breaking free from anything that keeps us stuck in this old bullshit. Okay. You don't need to carry these things. It's not your responsibility. It's not your circus, not your monkeys. Like, this is an opportunity for you to drop that and to prioritize yourself and to decide on what is best for you. Okay. That doesn't mean burn everything down and get rid of it. It doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight, but this is part of your process that you are now initiating under this new moon. Where do you want to pivot? What do you want to drop? How do you want to invite in more curiosity, play, excitement, that inner child energy? That's Gemini. So, this new moon is inviting you into more play and excitement and joy and expression and creativity, brainstorming, thinking outside the box. And you can't do that if you're continuing to stay inside the box, if you're continuing to um, give your power to other people and let them decide what you should do with your path, with your time, with your energy. Like, fuck that. So, this is an opportunity for us to begin to allow ourselves to pivot. Now, when we think about, and I talked about this quite a bit in the Gemini season workshop, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but the structure of working with Saturn now entering Aries is literally helping us reshape who we are, because Saturn is structure and Aries is the newborn baby. So you are now initiating a new cycle. This is a 2.5 year cycle with Saturn in Aries. And this is happening the same time as this new moon in Gemini. So this is a big deal. Saturn in Aries is helping you reshape who you are now, because what shaped you growing up for the past 30, 40 years is like family, generational bullshit, limitations, ideas, traumas. Obviously, there's a lot of beautiful things. Like, what I've done for myself for the past, 30 years has, like, obviously worked in some ways. And there's some things that I'm like, I'm ready to drop it. The time is like, it's time for me to shift looking through that lens all the time. Like, I want to shift that. I want to liberate myself. So this Uranus energy is helping us liberate ourselves. This Gemini new moon is helping you understand that you can pivot your perspective and your words and your ideas and your behaviors and actions, and all of that will result in a different life for you. And the Saturn in Aries energy is asking you to literally rebuild yourself from the inside out. So Aries is about a new cycle. Saturn is about helping structure and build that cycle. So how can we work with this energy to literally rebuild our main character energy, rebuild our life, rebuild everything through the lens of Gemini new moon, fun, play, curiosity, inner child wisdom and exploration, and just having a good time? So that's really what this new moon is inviting in. Um, I'm gonna stop there. I would definitely recommend you watching the Gemini season workshop, um, especially because we talk a lot about Saturn in Aries. So, Yeah, whatever. I'm going to find the link below. Also, if we are working with releasing old ideas, releasing old energies, releasing old limitations, recently, about 2 weeks ago, I hosted an online live unbinding workshop and an energetic retrieval. This is like the part two of the cord cutting. So if you've already watched the cord cutting, and you don't have to watch it, I would just, it's a supportive workshop. So the cord cutting is like one part, like we're literally cutting the cords. And the reason I'm saying this is because if we are pivoting, if we are shifting our perspective, we still have a lot of old energies, identities, belief systems, limitations that are connected to that old way of doing things. So we need to sort of cut that cord. But my suggestion is actually the unbinding. It allows us to dissolve the agreement to receive that cord in the first place. So it's like, if you've already watched the cord cutting, definitely watch the unbinding workshop because that unbinding is like dissolving and removing the agreement to continue to be stuck in that old relationship or paradigm or limitation or whatever. Go to the website. You can read more about it. There's a lot to talk about. But if you're interested, I'm just saying that, like, because Gemini is connected to the pivot, this would be a really good time to use other supportive workshops to help you through that pivot because part of the pivot is about releasing. I know this is a new moon, which is technically a beginning, but that beginning requires you to journey down a new path. And that new path requires the release of an old path, if that makes sense. So these are just supportive workshops and resources for you. And again, they're all either pay what you can or sliding scale. They're like so affordable. Um, so yeah, just go check that out. I'll put the links below, okay? So if you're ready, you can close your eyes. We're going to just clean your energy and do a short meditation to just see what comes up connected to maybe the things that you need to pivot from. So whatever, let's just jump in, okay? I invite you to close your eyes and just take a deep breath into the belly and let go. One more time. Inhale and hold and let go. And then just giving yourself a minute to just settle. We just talked a lot. Maybe there was ideas or things clicking or disagreements or whatever energies were coming up. It's all completely valid. But I just want you to drop that. So just imagine your energy field just clearing out all the noise and connect with your breath one more time. Deep inhale and hold and release. I want you to imagine that there is a green fire burning in front of you on the ground. And in your hand, and you can just use your hand if you prefer, but I always visualize a golden comb in my hand. And I want you to just brush your body with that golden comb or with your hands. And I want you to just imagine all of the energy that you pick up from other people, their bullshit, their comments, their fears, their limitations, whatever. Just comb it out. Just the front of your body, the top, the back, the legs, and just toss it all into that green fire. I'm going to use a distance energy symbol to help clear that for you. So we're just combing it all off and tossing it into the green fire. And then I want you to imagine that above you, the sky opens and white light pours in. Maybe it looks like a shower or rain or just light, whatever. But I want you to just imagine that white light begins to pour down and it covers your full body. And I want you to just accept it and invite it. It goes into your body, it refills you, it recharges you. It's adding a layer of protection on your skin. And I want you to just accept it and just call it in and breathe it in and just allow that energy to recharge your energy field to add a layer of protection. I'm going to use a different distance energy symbol to help add that recharge, add that protection. So just continue visualizing all of that white light pouring down and just charging you up. Taking a deep inhale, allowing all of that white light, take even more of it, take even more of it. And then we're exhaling when we're ready. Then I invite you to keep your eyes closed. And under this new moon in Gemini, I want you to imagine that you're standing in front of two doors. If you have a hard time visualizing it, just know that it's there. Just know that it's happening. Okay, so I want you to imagine that there's two doors in front of you, and one of those doors, it keeps you looping back into the past. So one door is going to bring you back into the old situations, the old limitations, the old ideas, etc. It's going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you cycling. So I want you to just maybe acknowledge that door and what energies are behind that door. So what situations, what limitations, what beliefs would keep you stuck in the past? What do you not want to go back to? What kinds of behaviors, relationships, conversations, people, places, where do you not want to go? And I want you to just recognize all of the ideas or things, the people, whatever is coming up connected to the past, all of the things you don't want to go back to. I want you to just recognize that energy is behind that door. That is an option. You can choose to go back, but you don't want to. So I want you to imagine that you have a key in your pocket. I want you to take it out, walk up to that door, and I want you to lock it. Lock it. Set the intention that you won't go back. You don't want to, and you don't have to. Lock that door, throw away the key. Now, the other door, I want you, we're not going to open it yet. I just want you to imagine what's behind it. So that other door is an opportunity for you to expand. It's an opportunity for freedom. It's an opportunity for more abundance, more play, more excitement, more joy, healthier relationships, healthier people, projects, things, places. And I want you to just feel that energy. You don't have to see it. You don't have to think about what's actually happening. I want you to just feel the vibration behind that door, that opportunity for expansion, travel, play, excitement, creation, whatever it is. I want you to just feel that energy. Feel that liberation. What does it feel like to be free? To drop all of the responsibilities that are not yours, all of the limitations, the fears, anxieties. Just imagine, just fake it for just a second. And then feel all of the love, the abundance, the money, the expansion, the time, the free time, the play, the joy, the excitement. Feel all of that energy behind that door. And then can you go 10% bigger? Can you allow 10% more play, more joy, more excitement, more opportunity, more abundance? Can you just go 10% bigger? Now, I want you to accept that new reality. I want you to accept that new vibration. I want you to reach into your pocket and pull out another key, and I want you to put the key in and open that door. I want you to give yourself permission to step into that new cycle, that new life. And I want you to step through that door and I want you to just see if there's anything there. Maybe it's empty for some of you because it's just full of potential. Maybe some of you are seeing people or places or things, colors, symbols, whatever. Just step into that new world and just observe whatever's coming up, if anything. When you're ready, I want you to take a deep inhale as we lock this energy, lock this vibration into our field. And then exhale when you're ready. And then you can bring some gentle movement back into your body. The shoulders, rolling them, the hands, the neck. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back into the space. I invite you now to pause on my face if you can catch it. And I want you to just write down under this new moon in Gemini, I am inviting in or I am stepping into a new cycle that includes, and then write down all of the things that you just saw. Okay, so take some time now, as much as you need, and just write your list. You can pause. Okay, go write your damn list, bitch. Welcome back. Um, If you enjoyed these workshops, maybe snap a pic and upload it and tag me so other people can find these resources because I get so many comments. I get so many people, and so many of you are already sharing this all the time. Like, I fucking love y'all for that because it really supports this work, supports these programs, and it supports other people finding the help that they also need. So if you're benefiting, trust me, other people can also benefit from this. So please send it, share it. Like, this is also my business. I have a lot of people who work with me and for me. And it's just like, yeah, your donations, they definitely help keep things running so that we can continue to do this work. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, that's it. So happy Gemini new moon. Definitely watch the Gemini season workshop. And if you are interested in doing a little bit deeper work, then definitely, if you've already watched the cord cutting, then watch the unbinding workshop. Okay. It's energetic calibration and unbinding, I think it's called. Um, or you can just jump straight to that one and watch it if you want. But the two of them together are amazing. So, anyways, I love y'all. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Like this video, comment. I love watching y'all support each other in the comments. That's also an amazing way to just connect with community and not feel so alone. So please use that section to just literally support each other. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. Okay, ciao.